What's good, Josh? Your boy J Suave. I am the host of J Suave TV, and today we're here to talk about Gianni Paolo, aka Brayden from Power. So some context real quick before I get into this conversation. I was scrolling on my social medias per usual, and I came across a clip from the Lightweights podcast with Joe Vulpis. Shout out to the Lightweights podcast. Gianni features on this podcast, and on this podcast episode, he mentions that he will not be returning for the Power Legacy series that we know was announced with Tommy and Tariq. So when I heard that, I said, oh no, I need more context. I need to see how the rest of this conversation played out. And he provided us with a lot of Power information in this podcast, not just related to Power Legacy, but also things in relation to Power Ghost, which I think contradicts what he said in this podcast about not being a Power Legacy. But everything I'm saying is my opinion, obviously. Like, I don't know if he's going to be in this series or not. I just know something about Gianni all of a sudden not being a part of this Power Legacy series is very suspicious. So in this video, I'm going to provide some clips from the podcast that I want to talk about. I'm also going to link the podcast episode in the description, just in case y'all want to get more insight on what Gianni has said or to just show the podcast some love. And yeah, we just gonna get right into it. So if you like anything I gotta say at all in this video, you already know what y'all gotta do. Go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, do all those things. And let's go ahead and talk about some of Gianni's comments on this podcast. Starting with this first one, I'm gonna put it right here for you.
This is also a thing that they could have done. They could have cut the budget maybe by like $4 million an episode and not have done some of the crazy locations that were actually unnecessary that we did, but made the show great. Like, they would just shut down Fifth Ave on like a Tuesday at noon, and we're just shooting on Fifth Ave. I'm like, it's a conversation. This could have been $8 in the back of like the stages where we shoot, but they're like, we want it to be grand on Fifth Ave, like Central Park, like all this shit. They would shut it down, and it looks great on my reel. It looked amazing on the show, but like, you guys wasted $250,000 that day, easy, maybe a half.
One thing I want to credit Gianni for before I get into comments on what he said in that last clip, whether it be in his own social media page or the podcast that has with Tariq, the crew has it, or on this podcast, I do appreciate his transparency on certain things related to Power or just his life in the acting world. I feel like it just gives aspiring actors some more perspective on what they're going to get into when it gets into the industry. Glaze aside, let's talk about that clip. He mentions how when they were filming Power Ghost, they would literally shut down Fifth Ave for a conversation they could have just had behind some bleachers, which of course is going to eat into the budget significantly. And the reason I want to talk about this is because if Gianni was able to have this level of awareness on the budget that y'all are eating into for this conversation that could have been had on set, then why did y'all, the people who are in charge of production, feel the need to make it this grand thing? I mean, for y'all to be shutting out Fifth Ave like that, you would have thought Ghostin came back from the dead and was walking down that block. There is no excuse in my mind that I could see for y'all to just shut down Fifth Ave like that for a regular conversation. Mind you, I could understand if y'all was doing some significant shit, maybe for like the season finale. No, he's saying this is literally like a regular conversation that two characters are having. On top of that, y'all are shutting down Fifth Ave on a Tuesday at noon, according to what he said. Knowing how busy the city be at damn near all times of the day is mad crazy for just one random conversation. So now on top of y'all eating into y'all budget when y'all don't have to, y'all just being assholes just to be assholes. Talking about y'all want it to be grand. Like, what are you talking about? I get it, setting definitely matters, but for y'all to just spend $250,000 just because is crazy work, and then go cancel the series mad premature because of decisions like this, which we about to talk about right now in this next clip.
How'd you feel about your character once he came to an end? Did you feel like his story served what it needed to?
No, I think that everything, because we didn't know we were ending, so everything wound up being open-ended, in my opinion, because the writer's strike had just happened, sloppy, and I think that there needed to be more of like a close and like what really was the situation, in my opinion. Like, I feel like each character needed more of like an ending or whatever, but we didn't know we were ending, so they couldn't really do it. And plus, the last 3 months of shooting, we didn't have any writers.
Who was writing it? Oh, because
they wrote the episodes,
so
but there
no
was
tweaking.
no edits, no anything. That was it. And it's like, okay, like, so that's the end of the show.
So in this last clip, Gianni's providing us with information that we already knew regarding the fact that Power Ghost ended abrupt for most of the actors, because I think Michael did mention that he had known that the series was ending ahead of time. For people like Gianni, Alex, Woody, they probably had no idea this series was coming to end the way it did. In this clip, he also comments on the fact that he feels that his character, along with other characters, didn't get the end that they rightfully deserved, which I would agree with. That goes into what he says later on. During the writer's strike, they didn't really have writers for the last 3 months of production of the season, so they kind of had a fuck-a-wee-ball approach with it. People were writing the episodes, but there were no edits, so it was more so just going along with what was written to begin with, meaning there was no revisiting certain scenes or trying to change some things based on how things might have came out in the edit. So essentially, what we got is what we got, and that's why Power Book 2's ending will forever be controversial. And when we combine this information with the information from the very first clip on on how stars, production, whoever would just be making a decision to shut down Fifth Ave on a Tuesday at noon, burning away $250,000 just off the strength, then having to end Power Book 2 Ghost for whatever reason you did. I mean, I'm assuming it had to do with budget, combined with the writer's strike. I just hope stars learn a lesson going into Power Legacy and Power Origins. Specifically with Power Legacy, I feel like Power Origins is going to be in good hands, but Power Legacy, with the series continuing on after Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Book 4 Force, I am concerned that we're going to make the same mistakes that we made for Power Book 2 Ghost. I'm hoping that that's not the case, and that production is not feeling that they gotta make this some grandiose type of series because it's Tommy and Tariq at the front of it. Understanding that more than likely, most of the people from these respective series are going to be interjected in Power Legacy, as we know right now. You know, maybe don't shut down Times Square just for the fun of it. Understand you got actors that you gotta pay that have earned their bread. All the work that they've given to stars in this beautiful franchise over the years. Now, in terms of stories ending abruptly on Power Book 2 Ghost, I mean, that's no secret. Kane ended up Lord knows where by the end. We don't even know what Diana is trying to do at the end of the season. Is she trying to start up the family? It's looking like she is, but is she actually going to do that? And then Effie just gave away all her dreams for Kane to go wherever he ended up going. Then there's Brayden, whose story was just confusing throughout season 4. On top of all of the unaccounted for bodies that were dropped in season 4. But that is what it is. I do think that this comment from Gianni regarding how he feels like his character didn't really have the best ending alongside other characters in Power Book 2 Go directly goes against what he's about to say in this next clip, and we're going to talk about it after I play it for y'all, so just stay tuned.
So is there a world where they can bring it back?
They're doing another spinoff. I don't think I'm a part of it.
Would you want to be part of it?
I go back and forth with it. Like, I'd love to pop in and do an episode, but like, I don't know if I want to be like then it's 3 power shows that I'm on, and it's like, as an actor, like, you want to expand, and that audience is amazing. Like, it's so big, but Hollywood doesn't know who I am. So like, all those guys, no matter how you can't walk down the street, this and that, Hollywood, you're always just going to be auditioning again. As opposed to like these guys in Euphoria, they're never auditioning ever again. They're just straight offers. Like, you're like, there's people who are A-listers from in the Power universe, and they're just back in the audition line for like recurrings, and it's like, it's unheard of.
So in that clip y'all just seen, Gianni is saying he does not think that he is a part of this new Power spinoff with Tariq and Tommy. Okay, it doesn't say with Tariq and Tommy, but it's implied. Like, what y'all think? He's gonna be a part of Power Origins? States that at that point he'd be a part of 3 Power shows, and essentially doesn't want to be a typecast in this industry who doesn't really know him for him. While Power is a very popular franchise, he wants to be known for more than just Power, which is understandable. I mean, he even comments on the fact that some A-listers in the Power franchise still going for auditions, as opposed to some of the castmates that are a part of Euphoria, who I'm sure all of them are not just getting offers out the gate. But he mentions that a lot of them are just getting offered. And it's because of shit they do outside of Euphoria, because when was the last time you seen a Euphoria season? Do we even know when or if a Euphoria season 3 is going to drop at some point? The point he's trying to make is that he doesn't want to be labeled as just one person. He doesn't want to be known for just being Brayden in this industry, and I can understand that. In his own words, as an actor, you want to expand where you can. And staying in this box in Power is just not the way to do it, in his opinion. But then I just go back to this picture right here. You see Gianni right there? This is the image I was going around after a clip of what I could assume was the cast of Power Legacy got together and were seemingly starting the filming process for that series. Now in this picture, we got characters from Power Force and Power Ghost, but we got Tariq and Tommy. That's like the most important thing in this picture. And because of that, I personally figured that, okay, we can anticipate these characters at the very least to be a part of Power Legacy. But now with Gianni's comments, I'm not too sure about that. He says he wouldn't mind being on a couple episodes here and there, but he don't really want to be a series regular. He didn't say series regular, but like, you can put 2 and 2 together. Now that part might be true, but in terms of him not thinking he's a part of this series, I don't know how true that really is. We know Gianni is very close to Michael Rainey Jr., and we also know he's very close with 50 Cent. In this very podcast episode, he's literally talking about how 50 brought him up on stage on a random show in Sweden, I think it was. I say this to say, I think if he wasn't going to be a part of this series, he would know for sure he wasn't going to be part of this series. I don't think. So yeah, I don't think it's just a coincidence that Gianni just so happened to be on set when Power Legacy started filming. I think he's going to be a part of this series as a series regular potentially. I also feel like this goes directly in hand with the comments that he had about his character feeling like his story didn't get finished the way he would have wanted it to. I feel like as an actor, he would want his character to get a finish that he feel like he rightfully deserved. So I can see that being motivation alone for him to want to revisit Power and just give Brayden the end that his character definitely deserved. I feel like the way Brayden ended in Power Book 2 was not the best, to say the least. But that's where I'm at with it. I'm pretty sure that he is going to be a part of this series still. I also understand his comments too. Like, he doesn't want to just be known for being Brayden on Power. He wants to do other things. He's done other things, but he wants to do things post Power. But at the same time, it's just like a show like Power, that's a commitment. The way he's saying very well could be true. I'm just not jacking right now. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comments. Shout out to Gianni and his appearance on this podcast and the Lightweights podcast, period. Y'all Power fans, definitely go show this episode some love because Gianni was dropping gems throughout. I do hope in this Power Legacy series that they make up for the mistakes that they made in Power Book 2, counting more for the actors as opposed to like set design and all these name brand clothes these niggas be wearing. Like, if they want to wear name brand clothes, let them bring it out their own closet. Don't be going out your way dropping bread on real ball mains or fake ball mains. I don't know what it is. That should be looking real to me though. A little too real. That money could go to better use. Let's be honest. That's all I got for y'all today though. I'll be your host, so I hope you've been entertained and we gonna talk soon. Peace out.